Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here playing F1 2019 with the newest patch 1.12, which introduced a bunch of new changes. We're going to check them all out. Of course, the biggest one of that being the F2 update with 2019 season. Of course, this game launched with the 2018 driver lineup, and it did have the 2019 lineup. So if I click on this, will this play or will it? Of course. I don't want to do that. Okay, so if I click this should work. Okay. Oh, this is old. So I guess they've updated some stuff. Let's find out. Now I know that, of course, F2 is the main thing they've added. So there are new cars. Again, the F2 update. And of course, there's some other little things. The McLaren livery that's updated. Oh, there's all of them now. Okay. So the McLaren livery is different. I don't really know what's different about it. It's updated to whatever they had at Monza. It looks the same. I'm sure they'll change this at some point, get the rich energy off of it. And for Red Bull, they haven't done the driver change yet, which I am looking forward to. That's one of the things I was really hoping would be in this update. But they've not changed that yet with Alex Albon and Pierre Gasly. There's also texture fixes for McLaren and Ferrari. There's a bunch of online stuff I don't really care about, so I'm not going to go over that part. They have rebalanced the AI in the wet conditions because some races they were obnoxiously fast. They were wildly faster than you would be. I have that a lot, especially at Canada. I've lost multiple races at Canada in career mode because of the rain. It gets into wet condition, they have so much more power. Now they have added the F1 update for 2019 season. Cars look very similar to the year before. I don't really know what's different about them. Oh my god. Stupid cat. Dude tried to jump in the window. So, they have all the drivers in it. They do have Antoine Hubert, is that how you said his name? Of course, he passed in the incident in Belgium. So that's kind of a thing if they were going to put him in the game or not. And they have decided to do that. So, yeah, you can race this car in the game if you would like to. And I believe, well, I know I've seen it. I don't know where you, well, I didn't see it myself, but I've seen a picture of it on the internet. That they put something for him in the credits of the game. How do you find the credits? Game options. Maybe under game options. Credits. It's somewhere in here. I don't know if it's in the beginning, the end. Okay, there's one person. Another driver. Well, was a driver, yeah. He's one of the people that did something for the Formula 1, I know that. That's what they added into the game. Explaining how he was in GP3 and moved to Formula 2 and won Monte Carlo and we won Monaco Grand Prix and won in France. So that's a nice touch they added in there, which was not in the game previously. So let's drive these new cars. Let's do F2. I was going to say F1. F2 2019. Load. Or is Mick Schumacher? He's like the only driver that I know in this. Why not? I was like racing Austria. Qualifying will do. Sprint race. I don't know how long it's going to be. We're going to find out. I'm excited to try out this update. This is one of the things they like said initially in the beginning of the game when it came out that hey, we're putting this in the game at some point. So cool to see it out now. They said it was coming out in September. I don't know if they pushed it back or if they just plan on it coming out in late September. But it's here in September either way, and we're going to play it. Of course, the Racing Austria, one of my favorite tracks to drive on. Okay. Went a little wide there. But that's okay. I don't ever race F2. I don't really like. Well, I don't watch it, so. I don't even know if it's on TV in America. If I'm honest. It's in Formula 1 on like a random channels. Random ESPN channels. It's not on like ESPN News. Oh my god, I went too wide. That sucks. We were able to get back up there with a good turn. I think we can qualify first here if we keep this up. Activate DRS, and of course, first place. Pretty happy with that. Alright. Well, there's two events, but sure, guy. The main event. They do like 2 races or something. The feature. It seems a lot faster than it is in the F1 grid, but I don't know. Alright, we gotta do 10 laps here in Austria. I don't know the proper, like, RPM for launch, but I guess that was okay. I know when you play F1, you want it to be about 10,000. So I held this down to have the bar go about the same spot as it would for those, and guess it worked. So we have 10 laps of this race. Then they're gonna reorder the first 8 cars, so whoever finishes 8 can start first. Or since first starts. Whoever finishes first starts 8th, which is interesting. Then we do another race. Again, I haven't done much F2 racing. I did one for a video, like the first week the game came out or week after, or something like that. And I really don't know what to say. I don't really know. I think I drove one other time, but not really much in the driving F2 category. I do, again, a lot of the career modes, so I'm always driving the F1 cars. Try to stay on Red Bull as much as I can there. Actually, my career mode, I'm on Season 9. Just wrapped up racing France. Got my first win of the season. I won 8 races. Or 8 races, I won 8 championships. And 96 races. Then I had my worst start to a season ever in Season 9. I took all the way to France to get a win. Normally I win in Bahrain, China. And I never lost Spain until that season. Because then that was the first time I did not win in Spain. So now I have 2 tracks left that I have not lost at in career mode. Austria and Russia. I'm 8 for 8 at both of those. We're going to head to Austria. Is actually my next track I got to race. I feel confident about my chances at Austria. It is my best track, by far. I dominate on this track compared to any other one. Like, you know, some tracks I may do pretty good at, but Austria, I purely dominate the race. And Spain was a track that I really dominated as well. And I came in second. I just had a bad qualifying. I slid off the track and it came in last, or yeah, qualified last. And then in the race, I had an incident that put me back even further. So I was able to drive to second, but couldn't get first. Not enough time. If I had like another lap or two, I could have done it. As for Austria, I don't know. I've dominated this track. I was pretty good at it when it came out in Gran Turismo back last year before I got into Formula 1. And I raced it a decent amount in that, and I'm like, oh, this is a pretty fun track to drive. Got into Formula 1, I'm like, oh, this is the track from that. Or that's in that game, and I'm like, awesome. Right here is the little cut through. Right there. For the shorter track, which I like to drive as well. They should put that in this game. The Austria short track. Or shorter track. They have that for Britain, America. Where else do they have a short track? Bahrain. There's one other one in there. Japan. Yeah, they should do it for Austria. That'd be cool. I would enjoy that. As for racing in Russia, I don't really know why that's the track that I'm too good at. It just sort of is. It's kind of weird. But it's been a track I've just been good at ever since I started driving on it. So Austria and Russia are the 2 that I have not lost at. Again, 8 for 8 in both of those in my career mode. Very happy with my performance of those tracks. As for this, it's me driving an F2 car in Austria and dominating. Again, I don't really know much about F2, so I can't really comment too much on, oh, this is cool, these drivers are in the game now. I mean, again, I'm driving one of the only drivers that I knew in the F2 field. Like, honestly, I don't know. So, yeah, it's exciting though. We're about halfway through the race here. Going on to lap number 6 here. See, I'm just pulling away. Now, they don't have a tire requirement here, so I don't believe I got a pit at all. On the brakes here and turn, and we're just doing things. Tires are pretty decent still. I've seen one picture somebody put up after this patch that their tires were destroyed after one lap in qualifying. Maybe it's just a weird glitch, I don't know. It's on the F1 game Reddit. I've seen a lot of this stuff. I really enjoy using Reddit these days. Reddit's pretty cool. So here we go, going on to lap number 7 now. This has really just been like a... I did go off the grass a little bit too much there. This is me putting in like practice laps in Austria. We are up to lap number... We're on lap 7, I don't know why I said that. We're up to 25 seconds ahead of the second place car. If I pit now, I'd come out in first place. I'm looking forward to the sprint race where we get to go drive through the field from 8th to 1st. That's gonna be fun. I seen one thing on, I think it might have been Reddit or Twitter, one of the two. Somebody said that they should have in the game random mechanical failures. Like, they actually do when you're racing. Your car randomly in a race, something could happen with it you don't know. That it's going to happen. Just a random mechanical failure, and I think that would be a very cool thing to have in the game, because now we're going to really have mechanical failures if you let your parts get worn out in the career mode. And I mean, in these, you start out with a fresh car every single time. So to have a random mechanical failure would be pretty cool, I think. I mean, they'd have to have it be where it's not super frequent, but where it's enough that there's a chance that it could happen to you in a race or two. So something like that, I think would be really cool. And I think also they have a thing where you touch into another car and hit your tires or hit their front wing and your tires are fine. They could definitely have something where you hit into a car and your tires are not fine, and you have to come in the pit and change it. I think something like that would be cool too, because now you can just bounce off of cars and things like that. But this game is very, very nice. definitely an improvement from 2018, which I thought was a great game already. So I'm looking forward to see what changes they can make in 2020. I don't even know what else they're going to update in 2019, so I'm also interested to see that. Because we know they're changing the driver change with Alex Albon and Pierre Gasly. They're going to do that. It's not really, I don't think, much to change. I mean, they have the driver model scan that is going to change the uniforms, which the game can do by itself. With driver swaps, so they have that capability. Basically, you just enact the driver swap between Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon. In the cars, the only thing they got to do differently is code different helmets. Really, that's the main thing, is coding the helmets. That Albon uses a Red Bull, which is different from his Toro Rosso helmet, and then Pierre Gasly's Toro Rosso helmet's going to be different from his Red Bull one. So that's really the only thing they got to change with that. It's not that big of a thing. So I think that will probably come out hopefully soon. I'd like to see it happen soon. Other changes, I don't really know what else they're going to do. But the things I was talking about would be cool to see in the next game, for sure. And also like a shorter layout of Austria. There's going to be more tracks, too. There's 2 new tracks and one's leaving. But it would be cool if they did put in, like, old tracks. Like, you know, ones that they don't race at now. Like, it'd be cool if next year you could still race Germany even if it's not in the game. I know tracks like Malaysia was in for a while. Korea was one of them. I'm thinking of ones that I know that have been more recent that aren't on the schedule. So things like that would be sort of cool to have in the game. And I mean, I don't know about Malaysia, I don't know when that dropped off the schedule, but I know Korea was in the old games when they started making them, and then Germany's in this game. So I mean, some of you could sort of update. You know, make them drive. We'll get the approval to use them, and that'd be cool. Alright, so we got the win here in this first part of Austria. So you probably see Schumacher in Formula 1 eventually. He's a Ferrari driver, so probably going to put Alfa Romeo. I would say 2021. Maybe the time you'll see him. From all the things I've been reading. And sort of making my own assumption off of that as well. I don't know if he has enough points to even move up to Formula 1 for a super license, but I think that probably 2021. It'd also be good if you just bring him up with the new car. You don't have to learn a car and then learn one the next year. Either way, here we are. 7 laps of Austria. We're actually past cars this time. We qualified him first for the previous race and just dominated. Oh god, I ruined my front wing already.
Be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage.
We have taken wing damage. We did get up to second though, the way we drove through there pretty quickly. We just had a good spot to really pass everybody. That's the thing. We got a lot of cars grouped up into the first turn, and then going up the hill, they were all still grouped up pretty close to the ones I hadn't passed. So.
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
I may trail here behind this guy for a second, just to see. Okay, I think I can get him here. Yeah. carry that speed into that turn. That was great. Now we're back in first, just where I wanted to be. That was quite easy. You see we got some wing damage. Definitely not what I wanted, but it's not significant enough in the video games. If this is like wing damage for like actual Formula 2 or Formula 1 racing, you'd have to pay it, not having that whole side piece. But in the games, it's not as big of a issue until you lose both sides and you lose the higher up piece, then you start having a problem. But just lose a little side bit, not really gonna hurt your lap here. Still put in some good laps, do some good turns. Plus, I've driven so many cars in F1 2018 and 2019 without that front side wing. The front side wing? I don't know. Or the front little bit. I don't know what it's called on the front wing. The side piece. That I think I can do it for 7 laps without it. If it took any more damage, I would have definitely had to pit, but again, in the games, it's not as much of a deal compared to actual racing.
Great work. That's it. You fastest lap for the race.
Oh wow, I almost turned too early there, but I did it. We are going onto lap number 3 here, which is exciting. Coming up on next week, probably Wednesday, we're having a video coming out with the Russian Grand Prix. I'm going to race that. I'll be racing a Red Bull, probably Max Verstappen, unless they put the update in before then, but I doubt they will. So yeah, I'll do that. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I recommend doing that. You can get videos like that, Formula 1 content of this game. I don't know what I'm saying. F1 2019 game content. Quite often. And we've got a lot that we've done previously, so definitely recommend checking that out. Here we go on to lap number 4 here. Very exciting to be this far into the race and be pulling away once again. Again, Austria is really a dominant race for me. Always just been insane at this track. Oh, one race that I recommended watching personally. One of my favorite ones I've done. I raced the Italian Grand Prix in the career mode, where I got win number 93 all time, breaking the record held by Michael Schumacher with 92 wins. It's really cool to break that record in Italy in since 8 of my career, I believe. Yeah, because I'm up to like 97 now. So, definitely worth checking that one out. So we're going to be on until lap 5 quite soon. Really just working our way through this race. Most of it's been practice laps. Once I got past like half of the first lap in this race, I was gone.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
I seen the meme about that. How you've been first place, and then he's like, "You're in the top 10." It's like, yeah, I've been in the top 10.
You're putting a good distance between yourself.
The furthest back I've been in the whole race is 8th. Or the whole video is 8th. And that's because I had to start back there in this race. I want to see if I can set a fast lap once again. We had a really fast first sector, but let's see what we can do in sector 2 here. That turn was really slow. losing the front wing there a little bit. Losing the front downforce. Definitely killed that sector. What are our tires looking like? Not terrible, but definitely killed sector 2 there. I don't know if it was wings, tires, or just me being bad at the turn. Alright. Try for another fast one here. Lap 6. Come on. We're 15.3 seconds ahead of the second place driver. Slower sector 1 than last time. Get up to speed here, try to see if we can do something faster sector 2. On the brakes once again through here. A little bit better return that time than the previous lap, but slower sector 1 could ultimately affect this and the outcome of this race. Wow. But there's a fast sector 2. Really, really good through there. So hopefully sector 3 can be even faster. Is it going to be close? Sector 1 was pretty bad, so not really sure what was really bad about that first sector, but it was just slow compared to the previous lap, so we can set a fast lap here. We've had... That was good. If we did that last time, we definitely would have had a faster lap. We just need a good sector 2 and 3. Ran a little bit wide there, but should still be good. I don't know, that didn't seem as good. Oh, that was a faster sector than the lap before? Okay. We're only behind by 3 1,000ths of a second. I believe it's 1,000th, I don't know. I don't know, maybe it's more, maybe it's less than that. Here we go, come to the finish. Yes! 118 that one was.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. 118. We had a really fast final lap. You get fastest lap once, think you do. Alright, let's see what... It's a sprint race, we won. Started 8th. Drove up to 1st. Got 17 points out of that. Feature race, which we did a while ago. A couple minutes ago. Started 1st. Of course, finished 1st. Fastest lap and 27 points. So overall, we gained 48 points. 4 from qualifying. 25 from round 1. 15 from round 2. And 4 for the fastest lap in both of the races. So we got a lot of points. If this is like a overall championship, I would have a significant amount of points. There is one driver from America, yeah. I knew there was somewhere. Was he the one that was in the crash in Belgium too? I think so. I think he's still in hospital. Yeah, but if this is an actual points overall race, I would have a lot compared to everybody else. If we had by 29 after one race, that'd be wild. So that's that, though. I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream here. of the F2 update for 2019 to F1 2019. It's pretty cool. Fun to race the lower series once in a while. So yeah. Do they have more customization for this? I think so. I don't know. Either way. Yeah, it's fun to do either way. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one.